Good morning. Good morning. My name is Crystal Neva, and I'm your Director of Lifelong Learning here at Bellingham Unitarian Fellowship. But this fall, I have also been headmistress of Hogwarts, Magical School of Unitarian Universalist Principles. This fall, our theme for children in kindergarten through 5th grade has been to explore our Unitarian Universalist principles, and the children have done this by attending Hogwarts School. Today marks the end of this curriculum, and we will be celebrating various holidays throughout the rest of December, and then moving into a curriculum called Lessons of Loss for the month of January. But before we move on, we wanted to let you know what we have been up to. So at Hogwarts, we begin each session with a chalice lighting that is done as we recite our school song. And in our class, we have the kids recite this using whatever tune and whatever speed they want. But this morning, they have assured me that they will say the words all together in unison. So you also have these words at the front of your order of service, and you are welcome to recite them with us. Ready?
Hogwarts, Hogwarts, Hoggy Morty Hogwarts, teach us something, please. Whether we be old and bald or young with scabby knees, our heads could do with filling with some interesting stuff. For now they're bare and full of hair, and clouds and bits of fluff. So teach us things worth knowing, bring back what we forgot. Just do your best, we'll do the rest, and learn until our brains all rot.
Nicely done. Okay, so all of our students entered the magical shopping district of Diagon Alley by using flue powder to get through the fireplace entrance to procure the following supplies.
A robe and a hat, a wand, a feather quill, and a Hogwarts journal.
And then we were ready to study the principles.
Our first principle is all people are important.
Or, if you are an adult, it is to affirm and promote the inherent worth and dignity of all people, of every person.
We learned about our first principle by sorting ourselves into Hogwarts houses based on the personal characteristics of each house. I chose Hufflepuff House, and here are the qualities that are associated with that house: being a hard worker, kind and generous, and being a good friend.
We recognize that all the qualities associated with each house can be used to empower each other and make a better world, but we also recognize that our personal qualities can leave us vulnerable to being exploited by others or encourage us to exploit others. Therefore, our first principle is not sufficient by itself.
Our second principle reminds us to be kind in all you do.
Or, if you are an adult, we are called to affirm and promote justice, equity, and compassion in human relations.
We wrote kind letters to our family and friends on rolls of parchment to be delivered by owls. We also created poems from the letters in our names and allowed our classmates to fill in the kind words that describe us. My name is Brandon, and this is my poem. Brainy, B, R, random, A, accurate, N, nice, D, delightful, O, Oreo, N, nice.
Our third principle says that we're free to learn together.
Also stated, we affirm and promote the acceptance of one another and encourage spiritual growth within our congregation.
This principle was the focus of our Defense Against the Dark Arts lesson. Although it would be nice if people always treated each other kindly and respectfully, this isn't always the case. In order to grow spiritually, we must learn to confront evil and diversity. Our lesson was about confronting fear. We thought about the things that frightened us and learned to think positive thoughts and funny thoughts. We banished our fears with the spell ridiculous. I was afraid of sharks, and I dispelled this fear by imagining that it turned into an octopus wearing roller skates. Ridiculous.
As we grow and learn, we must face uncertainty. No one knows exactly how we got here or why we are here or what happens to us when we die. Still, our fourth principle says we must search for what is true.
We affirm and promote a free and responsible search for truth and meaning.
This principle was the focus of our second defense against the dark arts lesson. We acknowledge that we may never fully know the truth about life and death, but we value our own beliefs and interpretations. It is important to create a belief system that allows us to feel confident, strong, happy, and connected. So we worked on developing our Patronus. This is the powerful force within ourselves that keep us going even when things seem unbearable and hopeless. We must remember the times in our lives that we were happy and free, and let those memories chase away self-doubt and depression. As we fought off these adventures, I remember trick-or-treating, and I imagined that my Patronus was a red fox. Expecto Patronum!
Our fifth principle says all people need a voice.
We affirm and promote the right of conscience and the use of the democratic process within our congregations and society at large.
In the fifth Harry Potter book, the students were faced with the fact that they knew that the evil wizard Lord Voldemort had returned, but the Ministry of Magic was prohibiting them from learning defensive spells to protect themselves. They all got together to take matters into their own hands and voted that Harry Potter would lead them in a legal defense against the dark arts lessons. We must do what we know to be right, even when it is hard or against the rules. We need to be able to make our voices heard and vote for things that affect us. In our class, we came up with things that we thought were important, and we voted on them. Kids should be able to drive cars. Companies should be more responsible for what goes into food and how healthy it is. Kids should be allowed to change their own names. Kids should be able to choose more subjects. There should be more laws to protect the environment.
Our sixth principle will encourage us to build a fair and peaceful world.
We affirm and promote the goal of world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all.
In the third Harry Potter book, the magical creature Buckbeak was unjustly sentenced to death, and Harry Potter's godfather was found to be innocent of betraying his parents. Harry and Hermione turned back in time to save both of them, thus making the world a little more fair. We We talked about like Martin Luther King Jr., who have risked their lives for justice, and we also designed and created magical creatures like this one, which is an Athonicus, part mouse and part fish.
Our seventh principle says that we care for planet Earth.
We show respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part.
In this potions and herbology lessons, we acknowledge the interconnection of all things by exploring the role of people who tend trees and plants, which provide oxygen, food, shelter, medicine, and stability for all living things. We created a tasty potion by blending up 2 cups of basil, 1/2 cup of olive oil, 1/3 cup of Parmesan cheese, 1/3 cup of pine nuts, 3 cloves of garlic, and salt and pepper. We also played freeze tag, where healers were able to unfreeze people by blowing bubbles on them made from mandrake roots.
Thank you. We hope that you enjoyed this update from the Religious Education Program. It was an exciting fall, and it has been our great pleasure to tell you of our adventures at Hogwarts Magical School of Unitarian Universalist Principles. We leave you this morning with a song that we have sung every Sunday. Each person is important, to be kind in all you do. We're free to learn together, for and search for what is true. 5, all people need a voice. 6, to build a peaceful world. 7, we care for planet Earth. These are you principles. Okay, sing along with us. You have this in your order of service, and you guys lead us out. Lead us out. 1, each person is important, to be kind in all you do.